Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. But today we're back aboard the Gail Force. We'll be fishing here at beautiful Catalina Island, looking for calico bass, barracuda, maybe even a yellowtail. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing.
Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez. This week, Sport Fishing is brought to you by Boaters World, Shakespeare, Cabela's, Cajun Line, Fluger Reels, Eagle Claw, Game Saver, and Del Taco.
My name is Ryan. I'm the captain of the Gail Force. This morning we'll be going over to the east end of Catalina Island here today, trying to target some yellowtail, calico bass, bonita, barracuda, fishing primarily east end of the island here. It's been nice warm water over here. Looking for some good current here, hopefully trying to pick away at the calico bass, and like I said, hopefully yellowtail this afternoon, morning here.
Oh, you want to fish bouncing? No. Throw them over. I can't see the hook in that thing.
Yep. Hey.
Yeah, go.
Yellowtail! Oh, there's a big barracuda. Someone got a yellowtail.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Micro yellow.
Micro yellow.
Right. We'll take all the yellows.
You bet.
Chat.
Going the wrong way?
Wrong way, chat.
Calico bass.
Calico.
Did you fight?
Yeah.
First one?
All right. Oh, no, big old Mac. Oh, the bonita. Nasty Mac. Monster. You guys keeping these guys?
Larry, you want Mac?
Somebody keeping?
Ooh, a nice calico.
Calico bass.
Right, nice calico.
Yeah, outside. There you go. It's a calico. Yeah. This is Ramon. He's out with us. Calico bass he just caught. Your fly lining and bait?
Yes, fly anchovy.
Fly anchovy? It's a little short. We gotta be 12 inches.
Really nice little baby
You got
calico.
Ramon?
Got him?
Oh, that's a good one.
Something to keep here.
Right.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Keep him out of the
Got a
boat.
real fish going.
Oh, no. What is it? Calico.
legal.
All right, legal bass.
Legal bass. Another calico. Let's skip around through there. You just use an anchovy, just put an anchovy on. No. Maybe legal. There you got a bass foot right there.
A little too small.
Yep. Hey, you can see them.
Small barracuda. There you go. Yeah, nice bass. Nice big bass.
Oh, big bass. Big legal bass.
Nice big calico
There you
bass.
go. Yeah. Is that your biggest bass?
Yeah.
That's a nice bass.
Nice calico bass. Number? 21.
I got a fish going here. I think I got a bass. Let's fly line and a sardine. See what I'm fishing with. I have a new Akuma reel, Catalina model. Dan Hernandez Premier rod. And got 20-pound tester in line. And what do I got here? Oh, a legal calico.
11 and a half.
Nice legal calico.
Another legal bass. Starting the bike family.
Not a monster, but he's nice size. Just let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. All right, well, stay tuned and we'll be right back with a lot more action for the Gail Force here at Catalina Island. We got some yellowtails around, so we can get another one.
The Tackle Box, brought to you by Shakespeare.
This week in the Tackle Box, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about fishing with live bait and the knots that I like to use for live bait fishing. Now, lots of times people ask me, what knots do you tie? How do you do it? They want to know how to rig up for live bait fishing. I tell you, tying the right knot is one of the most important, critical parts of live bait fishing. There's two basic knots I like to use. One is the Palomar knot, and all you do is take your line, you fold it in half, then you slide the line right through the eye of the hook, and then you just tie an overhand knot, and then you take that loop and you slide it right over the whole hook. What I like to do is wet the line a little bit. That way it doesn't add any friction to the line when you pull on it. And then you want to take your dikes or pliers and you want to pull it really tight. If it's going to break, you want it to break now. You just take this tag in and you cut it off. And this is what it should look like, just like that. Now for the perfection loop knot, it's a little bit different. It's not that hard to tie, and it's my favorite knot for live bait fishing because it lets the bait move freely. And the way you tie that knot, you just make a little loop in the line, you slide the hook on, and then you go around one time and half. You take the hook, go through the first loop, and just slide it through. And then you just pull it tight. Again, before I cinch it all the way, I'll take a pair of pliers or dikes, pull real tight. If the line breaks right now, it's way better to have happen than when you hook a fish. Pull it nice and tight, and you cut this tag in off. And whenever you see that little 45-degree piece of line there, you know that the knot's tied right. And the big secret to this, or the big advantage of this, is that your bait and your hook will move freely in the water, and the knot won't restrict the action of your live bait. So this is the perfection loop knot. It's a great knot to tie. If you're not sure how to tie these knots, you want to learn how to do it in practice, you can pick up the Eagle Claw hook kit, the Dan Hernandez hook kit, and inside it comes this great DVD showing all the knots and rigs you need for live bait fishing. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. Okay, now you can slow down, take it easy, get out of the cover. You can breathe now. Ooh. Here you got a calico going here. Oh yeah, this is a nice fish. This is how you do it. Had him in the kelp. Nice calico. Just average for the size I'm used to. There's an eagle claw hook made by Penn. Nice fish. All right, we're gonna make a move right now. Skipper wants to go try another area. Pretty good, some nice fish like that. But mackerel came in really thick and we're catching too many of them. We're gonna slide down the beach over to that Avalon, find another piece of kelp and see if we can pick out some more calicos and maybe a yellowtail. Just carrying my bait.
Can I give him a hand with that vest right there, please?
Yep.
Leave his head in the water when he comes up, okay?
Alright, another nice big
Just made a move from a little west of the island here, kind of towards the Long Point. Come down here to the east. We're looking for some better current. Current was pretty slack up to the west, so we're down here basically at the end of the island on the very east end here, looking again for some calico bass, bonita, a few barracuda leaping around here. Just picking away here at the bass this morning here, and hopefully going to find some more yellowtail. Got one on the boat now, and hopefully we'll run into some very soon.
Another nice barracuda.
Straight up with it.
Nice fish.
Yeah! There you
Yeah, finally got one. Finally got one that counts.
The Galley, brought to you by Cabela's.
Today in the galley, we're going to show you how to cook up these calico bass that we're catching today's episode here on Sport Fishing. Standing next to me is Scott Laseth. You know him as a sporting chef, and he's got a big reputation out there for cooking all kinds of wild game and sport fish. And what are we going to do today, Scott?
Today we're going to cook your calico bass with a very simple fish taco using the Ducks Unlimited Lowry's taco seasoning mix. It's a new product.
Right.
A lot of flavor. The fish we already, you know, it's very, very simple. You just put a little bit of oil on the fish, take some of the seasoning and slap it on. You know, when you're on a boat, you don't want to complicate it. This thing here is good to go. Get your lettuce chopped, get your salsa made, get your peppers done and your cheese grated before you get to the boat, and it'll make life a lot simpler for you. Dan, how big a taco can you eat, man?
Well, that's not big enough. Well, we cheated. We already put the fish on the
It's
grill.
already on the grill. Look at that,
Oh,
beautiful.
that's delicious.
Our little sun-dried tomato, soft flour tortilla.
You see how white that meat is? That's one of the characteristics of calico bass. It's really delicious, and it's a fish that you have to catch.
Right.
You can't buy this in any of the stores.
Oh, I know. Boy, look at that. That's
Looks
just
good.
moist and flaky. And I'm going to put a little fresh squeeze of lime on here.
Yeah.
Use a lot of lemon and lime when you're cooking with fish. It's like a natural MSG. It really does liven up flavors. While that's warm, put a little cheese right on there, and some shredded lettuce, and some salsa, and some chopped bell pepper. You can kind of
That
tuck
looks good
that
and colorful.
in right there. I guess we'll call this a burrito instead of a taco, since it's kind of folded up like this.
I think this is the Big Dan. That looks good, though.
This is the Big Dan soft burrito right here, using calico bass, making a mess on the deck of Dan's boat. If you're going to hang over the edge and eat this, you can get a little chum going here. What do you
Go ahead.
think? You want a Rochambeau?
I'm not gonna
There you
wait no
go.
longer.
Take it away. And if you're looking for more great fish and game recipes, sportingchef.com, my website, or the Lowry's website, or ducks.org. Send for this free wild game and fish cookbook. It's using all this new Lowry stuff. Man, you're making a mess there, Dan.
That was delicious.
Is it good?
That was really good.
All right, man.
What's neat about this, too, this brand new product by Lowry's, proceeds of the sales goes to benefit Ducks Unlimited.
Ducks Unlimited, which of course helps support the wetlands and conservation efforts of Ducks Unlimited. It's a great product. It's a great, it's a
Great
great
cause.
cause. And that's not a bad
And this
looking,
is a great taco.
look, something to eat there.
All right, let's get back on the water. We're going to show you some more action here on Sport Fishing for catching calico bass. And I'm going to finish this off. Remember, sportingchef.com. visit his website.
I'm gonna make one of those.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, man.
Another nice bass.
Is that one legal?
Yeah.
I think it's a little small. You go back. Throw it back.
These are right, the wrong stripes in the wrong places.
Yeah, they're out of season.
What do you got? Nice bass? Put the line back on the spool. There he goes. He picked it up. Second line. Let it go, let it go. Watch her. See that? Tells you you're getting bit. See that line ripping off there? I got a big bait on here, so I'm gonna just let it go for a little bit longer. Feels good there. It's taking a good line. Put it in gear. Put the rod load up.
Yeah.
There we go. Got him that time. Let's see what we got. He's legal. I'm just fishing that live bait. Beautiful calico bass. There we go.
Tip of the week brought to you by Del Taco.
Hi, this is Ryan, captain of the Gail Force. Fishing these calico bass like we've been doing today here, a lot of guys are always afraid to use not afraid to, but they kind of shy away from using the heavier line when you're fishing the bass. Don't be afraid to use a 30-pound test when you're fishing sardines with these calico bass. Throwing these big sardines into the weeds there, and these big bass come in and eat it. The first thing they do is turn their head and tuck into a little hole into a rock or into the kelp there. So make sure if you're fishing these big sardines, use a big hook. You have a nice big hook to match a sardine, 3/0, 4/0 hook. And don't be afraid to use the heavy line, 30-pound test if you got it. Nice long rod, get a lot of leverage and pull these fish right over the top of these weeds here. And once again, it's Ryan from the Gail Force, and that's my tip
Hand on the spool. It's a goat.
Snag them? Sardine.
Nope.
All right.
She bit on the sardine.
She did on a sardine.
Might be a little yellow. Big barracuda. Not as big as mine.
Keep it heavy, Marky.
That's what I got for rocks.
Paradise. Thank you.
Sea lions would go after it.
Big bass. Look at this big bass. Dude.
Yeah,
Nice
baby.
calico.
Let me show. Gonna do it again. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Swallow it. Oh, don't do that.
Get him, Dan, get him. Hey, step back. Ew, big old calico bass.
Yeah, nice food. Mine's not nearly that big.
You want Dan?
Yep.
All right. What number are you? 4?
There you go. I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you make plans to join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing. Thanks a lot.